hi and welcome to Kenya for the first time.
Thank you very
It's your first
much.
time being here,
Yes.
and I hope you enjoy your stay.
Yeah, so far so good.
Yeah, so far, I know it's the first day, but what do you think about the summit today?
It's been an informative event, and this is necessary in Africa. Um, Gaming is evolving on different categories: sport betting, lottery, esports is growing faster. So there's a need for us to gather together, inform ourselves on which way forward, so we can guide the industry.
And speaking of regulations and all that, I know the summit, one of the biggest agendas for the summit was to put regulators and operators in a space where they can feel like they share common interests. And in Nigeria, I understand that regulatory bodies are per state as compared to most countries where we just have one big national regulatory body. Do you think that that's going to change in the future? Or do you think it's still best to remain the same?
Anyway, people need to understand one thing. Everything we do is based on the constitution. Either you have a unitary system, federal system, or government. So when you look at South Africa, they have 9 provinces that regulate gaming. United States, the 50 states regulate gaming. In Canada, about 9 or 13 provinces or so. So we have a federal system of government in Nigeria, and the gaming under our current law is still a residual matter, which means state legislator can legislate upon it. And you also have to understand that in some instances, there are some states, either through the culture or religion, they do not want gambling in their environment. So you cannot just nationalize everything. So that's why we have to stay like that.
That's totally understandable. It's actually also a smart way to see things from a different perspective.
Yes.
Speaking of the community and in terms of desensitizing the community, I understand betting and gaming has become very popular in Nigeria now. Even
Yes.
the women are getting all into that and being very active within the betting and gaming industry. So, what are some of the measures you take as a regulatory body to ensure that your community is desensitized as much as they enjoy participating within the industry?
If you look at our motto in our agency, we regulate, promote, and protect. So we regulate the operators, we protect the consumers, and we also promote the industry. So it's supposed to be a form of entertainment and leisure. So we are trying our best to let the people know that this is not a source of income. It's not a career. It's not a profession. It's just a leisure or entertainment. You go on vacation, honeymoon, birthday party, something to have along the line of having drinks, having parties. So it's not a source of income or wage. So that's one of the things that we do to sensitize the community.
In terms of community being actively participating in the betting industry, I also see there's a lot of headlines where we find that the regulatory body has captured a lot of illegal operators within the country, and which is actually a very commendable job because at times it becomes difficult to actually see who is actually being compliant and who isn't. What are some of the things you feel like has helped you as a regulatory body to be able to uphold such statuses?
It's hybrid. We do physical enforcement, and we also use technology to monitor activities of operators. So some of these things that we do to catch them is like a trade secret. So we can't really disclose it, but we're trying our best, and we're following the innovation and technology as it comes. So, but we try as much as possible, and for the interest of the operators, too, they want it to be regulated, so that it will not become a jamboree or a banana republic. So we do that, and we work together with operators too.
And lastly, I think I would want to know is what are some of the major challenges you feel as a regulatory body that you're currently facing?
It's majorly the to form a boundary against the remote gaming operators who are not licensed in the country. Because if they are not licensed, there's no incentive to the country. Either you have national license or you have a state license or provincial licenses. So if that organization is not registered in the country, Number one, the government will not make income from personal income tax from winnings. The corporate income tax that the federal government also need to get from the company, you will not have that because you are not registered in that country, so you are not bounded by that law. So it's incentive. It's not good for for the nation to have illegal operators. So we will do our best to partner with other government agencies to make sure they cannot advertise in the country. We also try to police them through social media by involving Google, Facebook, and Yahoo and other social media platforms.
That's been very insightful, and considering Nigeria is one of the biggest and the ones we are looking up to is you, South Africa, and the likes. So we hope to see more great things from you
Yeah,
so
that's why
much.
that's why we have to collaborate as African regulators. We have to have a standardization benchmark, and that's why we work so hard on Lagos State Lottery and Gaming Authority to bring International Association of Gaming Standard head office to West Africa, so we can spread across the African continent to have the same standard, the same benchmark. So there will be a little variations of regulations, which will be also good for the operators too.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Bashir. That's been so insightful.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time and welcome to Kenya.
Thank you very much.
Okay.